Wouldn't you like to know my top 10 favourite Tom Vek songs? Well, I'm assuming that's the reason you clicked on this video. It is a top 10 where I really struggled to pinpoint it down because I've got at least 5 of his songs that I absolutely love. I really have no idea why. They just speak to me despite the fact his songs have very few words. But I managed to pull together a top 10, didn't go for a full 20 because I just feel like the simplicity of his music is almost the key. It's music that I can zone out to. It's sort of that music I can listen to it when feeling any emotion. I remember when I found Tom Vek, this was almost 5 years ago, it was the beginning of 2021. I wasn't in a good place. And I kind of just felt free to exist in the simplicity and sort of grunginess of it all. I remember I found out about Tom Vek because Bombay Bicycle Club mentioned him in an interview they did. It was their first ever show, and Tom Vek had just released his first single, which is on this list. And I was like, oh, who is this? And on that first listen of CC's at the Bar and Me, I was hooked. Which is why that song isn't my number 10. It's much higher than that. My number 10 is instead We Do Nothing. I think what I love most about this song, it's not so much the construction of it, but that it's quite a positive song. It's very much positive musically, but the lyrics, I can't really tell much of the lyrics, because I get the feeling it's not about doing nothing. The lyrics do seem a bit all over the place, but the way they fit in with the instrumentation, for me, it's just a great song to drive along to and feel positive through. It's not really a song for any emotion, but I like that he had, to a certain extent, a happy song. Number 9 I have as the last song off of his first album, That Can Be Arranged. And I think what I love about it the most is how understated it is. There's no part of it that's really, really hyped up like in Apology, or tons of instrumentation, like constantly pushing all the way through like Aroused. It's so mellow as a song, and the metaphors in it, like playing with your food. How many times does he repeat that? It makes next to no sense. Even though the lyrics are a real sense of disdain for a certain person, but you can almost just block that out and just have something mellow going through your head. And instead of just listening to something relaxing, there's something meaningful with it, and it almost feels more complete to listen to. It's a song I always loved listening to really late at night when I had too much flowing through my head and I just needed to do something and listen to something that would make me zone out and feel like I was the only person in the world. And somehow this song does that for me. Next up, number 8, I have A Chore. This is the first song I heard from his second album, which has a pair of glasses almost identical to these on it. That's some silly connection I feel to Tom Vek. We wear almost the same glasses. What I really love about the song is that it isn't just grungy driving beat. It is when you get to the end, I mean, it just repeating the word chore over and over and over again as it starts to kind of hallucinate. But the fact that there's that sort of diversion in the song is so brilliant. It's a song you can listen to with any emotion, and it just doesn't really put you right, but it pushes you through. It pushes me through, at least. Number 7, I have got The Lower the Sun from his first album for pretty much the same reasons as That Can Be Arranged. It's such a mellow song, but there's no there's no real anger with it. And also, like, That Can Be Arranged, the bridge bit is a bit different, but with The Lower the Sun, there is a clear difference between the verses and chorus. It never builds up that much, but when I listen, especially to Tom Vek's first album, apart from like I Ain't Saying My Goodbyes, I don't want that. I want some mellow, grungy electronic music for me to just zone out to and feel whatever the fuck I want to feel, usually at like 2 a.m. For number 6, we're going on to his third album. I put You'll Stay. Lyrically, utterly non-existent. He repeats the same 5 lines over and over again. Do I care? Not a single fuck. It is such a great song because of just the driving beat. It's so urgent while still being so driving. You can feel as angry as you want, and it will just push you through. And also the artwork on it, that monster. I think the monster truck only has like 2 wheels on it. It looks so stupid, but it really emphasizes especially the emotion I get out of this song. And the instrumentation never really comes across angry. It's not like a screamo song. I don't think Tom Vek's ever even done a screamo song. But it, for me, as somebody who doesn't like screamo music, it gets forward that same emotion. Especially like riding my bike. I love listening to that song. For my number 5, I have the antidote, I would say, to his first album. It's I Ain't Saying My Goodbyes. Incredibly energetic, so kind of typically organised with like proper verses and a chorus and that. Overly produced, overly happy. Even if it has certain lines talking about death. The contrast of it, I mean, it's only the second song on the album, but the contrast of all the rest of the album being quite mellow, and then suddenly there's this burst of energy so early on. Probably not the best song for when you're feeling sad or angry, but that may just be you may prefer it. But for me, it's so over the top for Tom Vek. I just feel a real sense of freedom. I don't know. It's such an anthemic song. It's so great. For number 4, I have from his third album, the song Mistake. This is quite a personal one for me, but I fell in love with the song before really working out what it means. I just absolutely loved the ongoing, slow, grungy background. And then when I really listened to the lyrics, especially the bit where he starts narrating you going through all these steps, going into a house and a room, and then finding this file in a drawer. And it just totally emphasises these sort of mistakes you keep making because you really cannot figure out how to do the right thing. It just doesn't seem to compute in your brain, but it frustrates you so much. And there are quite a few things like that I keep doing that I wish I could figure out how to do it the right way, but I probably never am. And so kind of the mixture of loving the instrumentation and really resonating with the lyrics. It's not quite number 1, but it gets so close, and it's definitely the best song off of that third album. For my third favourite Tom Vek song, we're back to his first album, Nothing But Green Lights. It's a really simple song, and the lyrics are probably some of the most simplistic off of that first album, where most of the songs are quite simplistic. But I think that's what I absolutely love about it. He's not conveying any emotion. He's saying some really basic things. I mean, he's just saying that he can keep going and going and going. Even though, again, it's quite a mellow song. Not as mellow as that can be arranged, as you still got that kind of background ticking along sound, which that sort of sound that's always in the background of Nothing But Green Lights, I would usually find annoying. But for me, it doesn't just add to the song, it makes it perfect. And I love listening to that song where I really need to zone out, but just have something to give me solace. And then number 2, it was meant to be on his second album. Didn't quite make it there, but he did re-alive it for a... It was like Leisure Seizure Outtakes or something. It's getting gifted. I remember the first time I went and saw Tom Vek. He played that, and I hadn't listened to it yet. It was so fucking awesome. I absolutely adore that song. It really is like a Tom Vek take on a conventional song where you've kind of got a verse and then a bit of a pre-chorus and then into the chorus. But each of the sections is set up completely differently. All of them have got driving grungy beats, and there's endless angst and frustration in the lyrics. And in the end, you just make the most perfect song. Why was it not on the album? Was it to tease us and then relieve us of our anguish all these years later? Who knows? It's such a good song. But it doesn't come close to my #1 spot. As I was mentioning in the beginning, there's only one spot left for CC, You Set the Fire in Me. It's the first ever Tom Vek song I listened to while sat on my computer at probably 11 at night. And oh, I'm so happy I heard it. It is such a simple, brilliant song. It's the mix of the ethereal bits, the simple instrumentation, the line saying we should go to the sea. As someone who grew up by the sea, I will always love mentions about the sea. It just transports, it takes me away. One of those things you really do not know how to describe. Now, my brain reminds me. One thing I should mention, from my first concert review of Tom Vek, damn, that would have been 2021. Wow. Yeah, once he used footage from my video about the concert, as in it was footage I took of him performing, but I made a video about the whole entire concert, but he just took footage of him performing that I took. He used it in an advert for his Instagram for the second time I went to see him. First time was at Lafayette, so we had clips of him from Lafayette that I took to advertise the concert at the Institute of Contemporary Arts, where I also saw him. So, those are my top 10 favourite songs from Tom Vek, with only one half of my face lit because the sun's going down. I have been Jack the Music Lover, and I will see you in the next one.